Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for about our 15th commentary of the day. I'm looking a little bit worse for wear, but that is all right. We are almost at the end of the day. This game is going to be between Great Britain and South Africa. Should be a very exciting game. Both of these sides have already qualified for the quarterfinals, both sitting on the 6 points. Neither of these sides have lost a game yet, but after this game, that is going to change. Someone will have to have a loss here, and it will be interesting to see who it is because Great Britain, they have been doing decently so far. Same with the South African side, the Blitzboks. They have been on fire in the early stages. Definitely, Selvin Davids for me has been one of the standouts for them so far. And then for Great Britain, I feel like there's been quite a few performances from players that kind of has been more of a group who have been able to really outstandingly perform in the early stages. But we will put up the scoreboard. We are still a couple minutes away from this game getting underway. We have got Ali Hills in the chat. As said, hey, as well. Welcome in to the live stream. Hope you are having a great night/day, depending on where you are. I believe it is night there. It is currently 1:36 a.m. here in New Zealand. We are here for a late night one, but once again, we are going to be back. We have still got another 3 live streams that we are going to be doing after this one. Our first of which being Argentina versus the USA. That is at 2:24, and that one will have a lot of kind of precautions on the line due to the fact that if Spain win their game that they have got coming up now, they might be able to get into that situation of qualifying in a high position. So we will have to wait and see exactly who will be going through to the quarterfinals. But as soon as we know, I'll be sure to let you all know exactly who is going to be going through. We have also got the Argentina USA, like I mentioned. Then it is going to be the match between Fiji and Russia for the females. They are going to be playing their last one. And also we have got any idea where I can watch this in South Africa as well, says Tian. I believe, if I'm not wrong, Tian, World Rugby's YouTube channel. I could be wrong there, but some countries you can actually watch it for free on World Rugby's YouTube channel, and they have got the whole live stream going. You can watch the replay of it as well, every single match that has taken place. So be sure to check that out. I'm not too sure whether or not it is the case that you can in South Africa, because I know in New Zealand we aren't actually able to watch it through that. But if you've got a VPN, even better, because you will be able to access those games from anywhere around the world. You just got to set your location. I guess the easiest one to set to is probably Australia, because it does work through that one. But they are showing Selvin Davids there. He was phenomenal in the game for South Africa up against Ireland, where they were able to win their first game, 28 points to 7. Then the second game, they were also able to get the winner. And once again, Selvin Davids was one of the standouts in that game up against Japan, 52 points to 12 in the end for that score. And then they are showing here Great Britain. They were able to get their win over Ireland. It was a hard-fought one, 26 points to 19 in the end for those two sides. And it is going to be exciting to see who will be able to win this one. Like I mentioned, both sides undefeated. This is not the only pool that this is happening as well. In the first pool, we are going to get to see Fiji versus Australia. That is the last game we're covering on the channel. That is going to be at 4:33 a.m. kickoff, New Zealand time, that is. So it is probably a normal hour in a few other regions. But they are showing there that Great Britain, they had a good win over Ireland in the end. They had to fight hard. Now, this game, it is going to be important. The sun's starting to go down at the moment. And then Ireland, they were able to get a win 33-0 over Japan. So Japan, they have been struggling a little bit, but they had a close game with Great Britain, 17 points to 12. So that was their closest fixture of the lot. So that, for me, says that South Africa should be able to win this one. Not comfortably, but I'd say South Africa win this one by 12 is my prediction there. I think they are going to start well, and they are going to continue going well. Number 1 team, top seed at the moment, and Great Britain sitting in 4th. And that is due to the fact that the Canadian side of it was taking place, but they are just looking through at the lineups. And I would say definitely Selvin Davids for me as a standout performer for South Africa. Also, Grola was actually doing pretty decently in the last couple matches. And then also Duplessis is a player that you certainly cannot underestimate. For me, though, I would say Ferguson, the captain here for Great Britain. He is the man in the thumbnail. He's going to be important. And hopefully we do get to see whether or not he is going to be able to get himself in the position of getting a win for Great Britain. They will be working hard, because this is one of the last times we get to see Great Britain as Great Britain in the sevens in the January matches that are coming up. We are actually going to see them go back to England, Scotland, Wales, you name it. It's all splitting off once again. So this is why it's such a good opportunity for Great Britain to get a little bit of the feather in the cap before their send-off. But South Africa, the sun is going down. They will be glad to see that, because these games have been played in just hot conditions in the desert in Dubai. And you just feel bad for the players. You know that hydration is so important for these athletes to be able to perform at their best. And there are certainly going to be plenty of refreshments drunk, not just during these games, but after them. as well. Depending on whether or not they're getting knocked out of the competition might depend on what type of beverages they will be consuming. But now we are just about to get underway in this game. Great Britain taking on South Africa. It should be a very exciting one indeed. It looks like South Africa will be the team kicking off this game between the two sides. No defeats for either of these two teams. 2 wins from 2 for both of them, both beating Japan and both beating the other side, which in this one, it was Ireland who were unfortunately beaten twice, but they had a good win just recently up against Japan, where they were able to win 33-0, but now kicked off here by Selvin Davids to get us underway once again for the Dubai Sevens. Kicking it short, and it is going to be a good kick there, just swatted back by the Great British player, trying to keep it on the side of Ross McCann now. Going to be taking it nicely. Once again, firing it back, and Great Britain have got the position early on in this game. Looks like it is going to be a nice bit of draw and pass there, and 2 players going down, and because of it now, it is going to be a possibility of an early try for the number 12 there. And it was McFarlane, cuts it back on the inside now. Wrestled down to the ground. David's trying to get straight on, not quite able to, but this is looking very good for Great Britain in the early stages. Now offloading it nicely out the back line here. And once again, just trying to out physicality the South Africans. I'm not even sure what that is. Put my 250 on the Springboks, paying $1.90, my last bet of the night. That is a huge bet indeed. And that's going to be a step from Great Britain getting close to the line. Selvin Davids trying to get straight on, and he has been able to turn it over to now the Springboks, or the Blitzboks, I should say. It is going to be a bit of pace here. And it is going to be a great tackle there on the halfway line, wrestling Pretorius down. Still available for them, and it's going back for the original knock-on from the Springboks. So you put 250 on it, Aiden. That is risky indeed, but the KFC will be flowing. That is for sure if you do end up getting that one. But Davis there working hard in the breakdown for his side, forcing the knock-on there. This game's going to be a physical one between these two sides. The last thing you want here is an injury heading into the games tomorrow, because you know that a couple of the players, I don't want to say a couple, but I feel like at least one player from each side probably will be having a few injuries taking place for the next one as well. Brits with the upset here as well. Says Sebastian, I'm pretty pissed off with France though as well. Says Aiden. I mean, you'll be even more pissed off with the Blitzboks if they do not get the job done here. But it was a good run of the from Pretorius, driving his way forward, but then he was dragged down. It was a solid tackle, but physicality between these two sides, like I mentioned earlier on, it is going to be definitely prominent throughout this match. The ball is going in, and once again, it is going to be fed in by the captain, Ferguson, for Great Britain near the halfway line at the moment, and they are going to be using that solid back line that they have got themselves. A player quite wide at the moment. McFarlane takes the contact, though. Perhaps they're just waiting to recycle it. Now they go out to the man who is sitting out there on his lonesome, breaks the tackles as well. Dragged down, though, and a good tackle by Brown had to be made because he was going through. It's going to be the advantage for not rolling away, and now Great Britain, they've got numbers to the left-hand side. It's a good tackle. It's going back, though, for the original penalty. Can they get themselves a quick tap try here? They are going for it. 5.5 minutes left in this first half of the game. They have got numbers on the right-hand side. If they can use a good step on the inside from Kerr, but decides against offloading, McCann it was. Still hanging on to it here for the Great British side, now breaking the line. Yes, he is. He's going for the corner, ball on the inside, and Great Britain score the first one, and the captain, Ferguson, is the man who was able to score it. We will add him to the try scorers list, but that is not the start to the match that South Africa would have been after. And now Great Britain taking the lead 5 points to 0 as well. We have got there, by the way, while Katie isn't here, I kind of have a little crush on her. What's your opinions as well? She's Aiden there in the chat. I mean, it is one of those ones that I guess I feel like I'm like the big brother in this situation, even though I'm younger than all of you. Like, you've come to me for advice. I want to give you the good advice. And I don't know what good advice is. I'm single and I haven't left the house in 10 years. But other people in the chat, I'm sure we have some good stuff for you. And also try Great Britain as well. Sebastian, that one did miss. So now it is going to be 5-0 here for Great Britain. And also we have got there, she's a very cool lady as well. Sebastian with the 10 out of 10 there. And now 5.5 minutes left in this first half. And the Springboks, the Blitzboks, they'll be trying to get back into this one. It is going to be high. And it is contested in the air. Very nicely taken, though, by Selvin Davids. Trying to step. It's almost ripped away from him there with a bit of physicality there. Roddick wasn't quite able to rip it away. Pretorius now goes back into the hands of Brown. Once again, trying to use their backline. Dan Duplessis. Oh, sorry, it's not Dan, but he is going through the gap. Duplessis, and that is going to be possibly the opportunity for the try here. He's got pace. Has he got enough of it? It is going to be the try there for the Blitzbok. Did he drop it, though? believe he was able to put it down. And also we have got there, how do I tell her without being weird or creepy as well, says Aiden. It's a good question. But it was Miller Duplessis who does score it. See, I feel like that's a tough question, Aiden, because I feel like back at school it was the passing of the note, but then there are no notes that can be passed because we are in a live chat. So that makes it a little bit more difficult. It's more a message that can be passed rather than the note, the physical note that is. That is a try for South Africa, and now they are going to be sitting on 7 points to the 5 of Great Britain. Very nicely done there. And they have taken a lead back, and yeah, I know she's pretty cool and lovable, Sebastian, as well. Says Aiden there in the chat. Now it is going to be the Springbok, or sorry, the Blitzbok. I keep on saying Springbok. In fact, they are the Springbok 7 side, so I should keep on calling them Springboks. I'm going to do it from now on. But it is going to be Selwyn Davids of the Springbok 7 side who is going to be kicking this one off once again. I believe the clock is actually frozen at the moment on 5:34, so that is not the time that we have got left. It has been sitting there for a very long time, but now Brown once again with the offload, and this is looking good here for the Springboks. And it is going to be going out onto the wing to the captain here. So here's a Wapi close to the touchline, and then it's going to be wrestled down. Krovala close to the touchline. It's going back for the knock on there. Hamish should tell her in the next string. That actually jumps in as well. Says Eliel's there, and why don't you tell her, Hamish, my big bro, and let's see how she reacts as well. Says Aiden, I probably could, if you want me to send her a message. I can do that. I will do it off live stream though, just because we don't know how it will go pretty much. But I could send her a message if you do want me to, Aiden. We'll help you out there. And also we have got there. I have no idea, Aiden. I usually use the chloroform rag. Says Sebastian, you don't do that. That would not work well for this one. I would think 1:45 a.m. here in New Zealand. We're certainly still going. It's going to be the advantage once again here for the Blitzboks. And it is going to be Selwyn Davis straight through the gap there. Not quite able to get to the line though. 5 meters out here. And it is going to be going back once again here for Pretorius. Fires it wide, and it is a step on the inside from the captain. And Swears Wapi able to score the try there. He's asking the question, why you try and push me, mate? That's what he was saying there. And also we have got there, we will update that, and we will go 12 points now to the Springboks. So it's looking like you might get your 250 back, Aiden, plus some, by the sounds of it. And we also got the low, I'm also worried things might get awkward next stream. We are both in though as well, says Aiden. I feel like it's one of those ones, she's very chilled out individual. So I feel like even if it didn't go well, I feel like it would still just be like it is what it is, if that makes sense. As in like the live streams, she will still be in here. Yes, the good old chloroform rag as well. So you're saying like I feel like she would be one of those people who would be like just cool after it. Depending on how it goes, who knows? Maybe it go well. I don't know. We have to find out, maybe. Do let me know if you do want me to send her a message. And also we have got there, do you talk to her outside of the stream? I don't believe so, other than maybe Discord. Maybe we're both on the Discord server. That one is going extremely high from Selwyn Davis, but it has not gone the 10, so it is going back to halfway. Great Britain now. It's sitting on half time, but there is still one more play that will be taking place for this half. Selwyn Davis not too happy with that one. And now at this stage, it is going to be the situation now of the option for Great Britain. I believe they have taken the scrum here, if I'm not wrong. Selwyn Davis, he will certainly want to get this one right in the second half. But anyone who is wondering what streams we have got coming up later on tonight, we are going to be doing Argentina versus the USA at 2:24. And I agree, she would be cool about it regardless as well. Says Sebastian there, but on the halfway line now, it is going to be the scrum feed for them. Big push there in the scrum from Canada, really pushing it forward, but that's going to be the penalty for not quite getting the hook right. So now South Africa might have an opportunity to score themselves a try before the end of this first half, if they decide to do it. Unless, of course, they decide that they do want to kick it for the touchline. And in this one, South Africa having a great day out there, as says Peter, exactly right. They have got the last 2 sevens competitions. They have been able to win them. And if they do end up winning this one as well, it would be incredibly impressive. Now it is going to be going out wide, taken nicely by Grobbler. Cut him back on the inside, and he is still going, Grobbler, the quick-footed South African there. Just driving his way forward quite nicely into the 22 now. For them, and it is going to be once again in the hands of Selwyn Davis. As soon as he starts attacking, you know that it is something big is going to happen. It is going to be taken nicely there by Great Britain, and it's going back for the penalty here. And it is going the way of, who's it going the way of? That's the question. Also, I'm more focused on Katie than my money. That's what Crushers do. Yeah, sure, Hamish. But just send me a message. Watch this response like as well. Says, I can do, but be sure not to spend all your money now, Aiden, on these live streams. Like, I feel like this one, I'd like to think you have got this one secure, but maybe that would be the perfect time to go, you know what, cash out, had a good day. And you will be, tell you what, if you're getting $1.90 back for every dollar, you'll be up a couple $100 or so. So I feel like that is a good day at the office. But yeah, it is just the injury there of Grobbelaar. Looks like he fell rather awkwardly. Oh, almost had his head stood on, which wouldn't have felt too nice. Aiden's the man, 10 out of 10. Hopefully it all goes great, Michael, as well. See Sebastian there. And it looks like, unfortunately, there is just a bit of an injury here for one of the Springbok players. As long as I can have a bourbon with her sometime as well, says Aiden. Yeah, I think that seems to be the choice beverage in the chat, doesn't it? A bourbon seems to be the way to go. David, he loves himself a bourbon. Sebastian, I think you like a bourbon, do you? Do you like a bourbon? I haven't really had a bourbon as well. He's is he going off? It looks like he might be getting heavy strapping here. So whether or not he will be able to continue, it looks like maybe a broken foot or something. They're going to be trying to take the boot off. You can tell that would be painful big time, but it looks like maybe a broken toe or something along those lines, broken ankle here. Who was it? It was actually, oh no, that's a broken ankle, I believe, there for him, unfortunately. And I believe that's actually going to be Miller Duplessis, who was injured there, and that would be a great love story as well. And I bet, I did lose a lot because of France as well. And also we have got there, I like Scotch whiskey and rum as well, says Sebastian there. But yeah, it looks like they are taking all the precautions. His night is going to be over. Low next minute, Katie jumps in, and it's like, what the hell's going on? Says, to tell you what, we're in a normal hour in the US. So it wouldn't be completely too surprising. I think it is currently sitting, or is it sitting at midnight, or is it sitting? Actually, no, it might not be a normal hour in the US. It might be a random hour, sitting at around 4 a.m. or something like that, maybe. So maybe you are all right in that regard. But now it is going to be the man getting stretched off the field, Muller Duplessis. Unfortunately, his season might be over here. It looks like they are just trying to test out that ankle, but it doesn't look too good. 8 a.m. I think as well, says Kai. So it would be very early morning in that regard, but it looks like he's going to be lifted off. It's 5:52 in New Mexico. Is that 5:52 a.m., I assume, Sebastian? So yeah, that is very early indeed. What time is it in Romania at the moment? I never quite get Romania's time zone right, and I always feel bad because I can't do the maths to save myself. I think you're sitting like 8 hours behind New Zealand in terms of 8 hours, but you're really 16. So you're probably, are you sitting like 6 p.m., Sebastian? Maybe 6 p.m. or somewhere around there. There's always a possibility that she can't sleep as well. Says 8 in the morning, yes, says Sebastian there, and also 8 a.m. East Coast, I believe, 6 a.m. Central, 5 a.m. Coast, I believe, or West, I believe, says Kai Bruma. He is getting taken off the field, so a little bit of a stoppage here. Or that was a bit painful. I think the guy was trying to put him down on the stretcher on the cart, but unfortunately was actually holding his leg that is injured, so he was not a keen fan of that. It's 2:52 p.m. in Romania. I'm getting closer. Not really. 3 hours off. Starting to get relatively, so pretty much you are, I guess you could say whatever time it is here, you add an hour, you take a PM and make it an AM, or you make an AM and a PM, and then you go back for the hour. So I guess you're 13 hours behind us, or 11 hours behind us, sorry, at the moment, Sebastian. Now, at this stage, it is still in the first half, but that injury has caused quite a long stoppage, which means we probably won't get a lot of a break in between this match and also the game that is taking place between Argentina and also the USA. But they are taking all the precautions necessary to make sure that he will be all right. We can see Kenya there warming up. If they lose to Spain, Spain might be able to qualify, depending on how that game between Argentina and the USA comes. We're getting into the time that every game is crucial for these sides, so we will have to wait and see how it goes. But it looks like Duplessis is still in a lot of pain. Hopefully, it won't be anything too serious, and he will be able to be back in the future. And Lowell Hamish becoming the best man, becoming my best man at my wedding with George's weird dancing sounds like a dream as well. And he certainly has some weird dancing, but now it is going to be the forward pass, so that is going to be half-time now between these two sides. 12 points for South Africa, 5 for Great Britain. If you know the UK and South Africa times, then we're an hour ahead of South Africa and 2 ahead of the UK as well, says Sebastian there. I have a podcast to film tomorrow night. No, I don't. It's Saturday. We're all good. I can't remember what day it is. I think I've got a podcast to film at about 11 p.m. on Monday. No, sorry, 11 p.m. on Sunday night. So I'm not too sure what games that overlaps with, but I believe we will still be able to do our regular live streams that we were going to be doing, the URC and maybe the Gallagher Premiership Top 14. It's all coming back, baby. And we are ready to go. I am well and truly hyper at the moment. I think it was the Chips. The Chips have really kicked the mind into gear. I'm well and truly going for it. And South Africa at this stage have a 7-point lead over Great Britain, who are definitely fighting hard in this one. Both of these sides qualify, but it's whether or not it is going to be the case of qualifying first or second in the pool, where we have got the me and BKR. Just had a massive debate, as well as Hamish Spencer, who ended up winning it, mate. Do let me know. What was the debate about as well? I assume it was something rugby or rugby league, maybe. Do let me know. But now at this stage, tackles made. 6 tackles made by Great Britain, but they have missed 5. 5 tackles made by South Africa, but they have missed 4. So quite a few missed tackles. KFC Wicket Wings, all you can eat for dinner with plenty of bourbon and a good time as well. Says Aiden, tell you what, that would be a treat, wouldn't it? Having a wedding with KFC as the caterer. Be messy, probably quite messy, but sure it will be exciting as well. Hopefully you understand what's going on with the European qualifiers as well. Says Sebastian there for Hamish Spencer as well. I'm looking forward to it. I think Romania are sitting decently, aren't they? If I'm not wrong. And also, I think Georgia are definitely the number 1 seed, so they might go into the group with Australia and also with Fiji and Wales. It's going to be a good group. Excited to see that one. Ferguson now, he is going to be kicking off by the looks of it here for Great Britain. Currently yawning. They aren't yawning, I am, but 7 points difference, 7 minutes left to play in this game. Who will be able to get themselves a winner? It's Robbie Ferguson kicking off this one now for the Great British side. The next game that we are covering is starting at 2:24 a.m., but might be slightly delayed due to the injuries that we did have in this one. Lol, who doesn't love a really messy wedding? As says 8.5 in the chat from Ellie Hill, and how it's going to be kicked off long and high from Great Britain, going just outside of the 22. Selwyn Davids takes it nicely lifted by it was Davids, who's a very solid individual. So the two Davids linking up. Now it is going to be Brown, fires it back across field. It looks like they are still relatively fresh here for the Springboks 7 side. And if they can continue to do so, it's a penalty though to Great Britain, and they are sitting nicely. Georgia 23 points, Romania 14, and Portugal also 14. So that's going to be, that one's going to go down to the wire, I think, between Romania and Portugal with who is going to go through. I feel like with you being in the chat, Sebastian, I've grown a soft spot for Romania. It would be nice to see them qualify for the World Cup, because then you'll be able to tell me all about their team when we are watching that World Cup in 2023. Now Great Britain still have this ball on their side. 10 metres out at the moment. And it is going to be Roddick now driving his way for the Springboks. They can't afford to give away another advantage here. We're in second because we defeated Portugal away as well. Oh, okay, so it's all done off, I guess, because points differential would also go into it. That's going to be going through. And that's another try. And that's going to be McCann, who was able to score it. And that is going to be the 7-pointer for Great Britain now, 12-12. And that this game, this one's going to be going down to the wire as well. I have to say, all of these games are going close. Other than, of course, the last game between Ireland and Japan, 33-0 for Ireland. They did that relatively comfortably, but there's so many games at the moment that are coming down to the final minute. You never know what's going to happen. And I feel like that game between Australia and Fiji that is kicking off at 4:33, probably no different. And we had a debate about if the World Cup should expand as well. Says Hamish Spencer, as in like expand to more than the 20 teams, Hamish, or in that regard. I've always said that I would be kind of cool, or not I would be kind of cool, it would be kind of cool to get to see some sort of World Cup between like the teams ranked below 50. I feel like that would be kind of cool. Not many people would probably watch it, but have like some sort of like, maybe not call it the World Cup, but call it like some sort of championship where you have like the under 50 teams all get to take part in it and just kind of have a bit more rugby being played for them. I just love the fact that so many of these teams now are getting more kind of moments. Now it's going to be a good run there from Selwyn Davids just inside of their own half yard. I'm still mad though. Watch the Blitzboks screw me over last minute against his 8. And I really hope that they don't, mate. Now it is going to be in the hands of the captain. Drawing pass now on the outside. Grobbler inside. Little grubber going through. There's a lot of pace being shown here now. Taken nicely, or was it? Oh, he's done very well with Grobbler. Straight on the ball. Does he get the penalty for his side? He's been able to get the clean turnover now. And now the Blitzboks, they are getting closer and closer to the line. And it's going to be now the big man backing himself. He scores it as well in the number 3 jersey. And it was Visa who was able to score it off the bench. And also his family and Hamish, I'm a bit drunk at the moment as well, says it was Tesla. Welcome in. Delighted, mate. Hope you're doing well. And I hope you are enjoying your Friday night here in New Zealand, or also Friday night in Australia, depending on what time zone you are sitting in at the moment. I can't actually remember, are you Australian boy or a New Zealand boy, Tesla? You let me know. But South Africa are able to score that one, and now that will extend their lead to sitting on 19 points to the 12 of Great Britain. That is the wrong scoreboard. There we go. We have got the right one now. And welcome in, brother. I argue that higher tier teams should make the World Cup over lower tier teams that make the World Cup as well. And that one has gone over down the middle. So now let's score 19 points for South Africa and 12 points to Great Britain. If the Blitzboks win, she will give me a chance. If England win, she will say no as well. Says Aiden. That is true, but at this stage, as the live standings are sitting, South Africa would be qualifying first, and that will help them out because you do not want Fiji as your quarterfinal match. That is just a death wish waiting to happen. Also, probably Australia is another team that you don't really want to have as a side that you got to try and play off with. I drop my pen, I am reaching down and getting at Great Britain now. So we'll have this ball. It's a knock on, though, from them here, and now the Blitzboks, if they score one more try, you would say from here, they should be able to close out this game. Passing it out the back line once again there. It's Wusterhuizen. Passing it now. Selwyn Davids. He's been phenomenal throughout this whole day. Can he do it again here? Wide. Cut out pass. And now he's stepping back on the inside. That is the try. And it is going to be Soya Swapi who was able to score it there for you, Aiden. And also, like I said, Romania should make the World Cup over Russia as well. Says Amish Spencer there. And also, we have got their Wellington brother. Says that Tesla. Romania should make it over Russia. Or are we talking over Portugal if they're sitting on the same points? Hamish, do let me know. That one is a beautiful try there for South Africa. And now they are going to be sitting on 24 points. Sitting good at the moment here. And now it is Soya Swapi, the captain in South Africa. And there from Eastbox. Welcome into the championship. Or welcome into the live stream, I should say. Championship. I'm not sure where that came from. And also definitely over Russia. Fight is between Romania and Portugal as well. Says Sebastian there. This is a hard drop kick. If he nails it, though, it's got the distance, does it? Not quite going out to the right-hand side, but now at this stage, South Africa sitting 24 points to 12. 2 minutes left in this game already. I finished my lemons as well, says Ellie. And also we have got the hello, Sebastian, mate, in the chat from Tesla. Soya Swapi, he will be very impressed with this performance because that means they will be going through to the quarterfinals and they will be waiting eagerly to find out who they do get to face off with. That is going to be trying to slap it back. There was the Blitzboks, but now it's back in the hands of Great Britain. Still 1 minute 40 to work here. And Hamish, I might need to borrow Tesla's car to impress there as well. There's Ada there, and it's confusing. Says Hamish is going to be taken quickly there for Oosterhuizen once again. Going to be using the back line here for South Africa. Going to be in the hands of Dupree now. We haven't seen too much of him today, but Soya Swapi now getting involved as well. Sells the dummy. Still going for there. Oosterhuizen, they've got the men on the outside if they decide to use them. Bounce pass there into the hands of Visa, who was able to score a try just a moment ago. 1 minute 15, still driving for the big man. Still available there for them. Jamie Barton trying to get on the ball. He does flop over, though, and that is going to be a penalty advantage for them there. And do you think more countries should be in the World Cup? As I said, Hamish, I think it's a tough one because I feel like maybe because they've got 4 groups of 5, don't they? So I guess the next one that you could do is maybe 32 teams. So you'd all of a sudden have to add in probably 12 for it to still work as like a format that they do want. They are going to be taking the quick tap here, South Africa. And they're looking to close out this game. Or are they? He's going to be attacking the line. Draw pass there. Dupree scores. And that's going to be the game. And South Africa sneaky there. Able to get themselves the try once again. They were almost looking like they were just going to close it out. Just sitting there waiting for the defense to commit. And then they just went straight through. And Dupree says thanks very much. And it was actually Brown who was able to do the drawing pass originally. That did open up the opportunity for the try. We have got there. Does coronavirus is completely finished in New Zealand. As there's still cases coming, buddy, in the region as well as this going. There are still around 200 cases or so a day here in New Zealand at the moment. There's not too many in my region. That's a brilliant kick there from the touchline. 31 points now to South Africa and 12 to Great Britain. Is this going to be possibly enough to put them into first place in the qualifiers? Possibly game set of matches, us as Aiden. So be sure not to bet it now on the next game that is coming up, Aiden. You've done well. Now we just, you cut it off and you say, thanks very much for coming. I've got myself a nice little profit. But now this will be kicked off by the Springboks 7 side. Looking to the short side here, and they are just kicking it deep, trying to go for the one that goes into touch, and beautifully done. That was phenomenal, that kick, and that is going to be the end of the game. 31 points to South Africa, and it will be 12 points to Great Britain. They've been able to get a comfortable win. So because of that now, we do wait and see exactly where they will be finishing. And I just want to see new countries at the World Cup as well. I see Hamish Spencer. Yeah, that's pretty awesome that we are seeing Chile get a chance as well. We can hear it, Hamish, as well. Says it was Hamish there. And the chat, I don't think you should be able to. Maybe you've still got your other tab open, Hamish, because if you can hear it, I think they would have taken us off YouTube by now for copyright, which would have been unfortunate. That is sure. But nonetheless, Thank you all very much for tuning in. South Africa able to get themselves a nice win, and Sylvan Davis for me has been phenomenal throughout the first 3 matches that we have seen. They also won their game 52 points to 12 for that one. I'm a little worried South Africa may be prevented from playing the rest of the season as well. The UK has put us on their COVID red list. Travel ban again as well, says Russell. Yeah, I did see that it is going to be interesting to see whether or not it does all take place, because I want to see those games in the URC, like Munster versus the Bulls. That's going to be an absolutely phenomenal match in South Africa, and I really hope they can all take place, but I'm not too sure whether or not it will be the case for that one. And also we have got the exploding subs and views, as I said, and at this stage, Kenya versus Spain are actually making their way out onto the field. We have got there Argentina versus USA next. That is indeed the next one we will be covering on the channel. That is going to be at 2:24 a.m. that game is going to be taking place. Do I just stick around here for a little bit longer, watch a little bit of Kenya? Please tell me you didn't actually put $475 on Kenya, Aiden. Do let me know. I'm slightly worried, but also we will have to wait and see. Yeah, it's Russia versus Chile. Sorry, mate, as well. There's Amish there. Oh, it's Russia versus Chile. So, that will be the one on World Rugby, is it? If I'm not wrong, but we have got a few games taking place in the rugby world very soon. We've got the Gallagher Premiership starting back up. That's coming this morning. In the 6 hours time or so. Also, it's going to be a few other matches. The URC starting up. I believe there's about 4 Premiership games all taking place at the exact same time for this one. But yeah, anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going to be back tomorrow with a few more games, including, I believe I counted that we will be doing over 10 games tomorrow, and then the Barbarians versus Manu Samoa should be a phenomenal game of rugby, and I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it is a one that does deliver. It will be very exciting. That's going to be at 3 a.m. New Zealand time. Hope you guys will be up. Let's put 475 on Kenya to win. That's risky. Spain beat USA. They did nicely in their last match, but how much does that return, Aiden? Do let me know. And also, we have got that 25-8 for Chile over Russia. Says Hamish Spencer there, but it is going to be in the hands of Spain here for the early stages of this game. It's a penalty to Spain once again there. Kenya will win, says Hamish Spencer. They should, but Spain, they were able to pull themselves a massive upset when they were able to get the win in their last one. But we do know that South Africa have qualified. We do know that Great Britain have qualified as well. And now it's the big question of whether or not the team in third are low. I'm putting your leg. I'm pulling your leg. I put 10 on them. Tell you what, my heart for a second there, Aiden. And when I first saw that, I thought you actually said I put a 10-leg multi, and I thought, oh no, that's not ideal. But yeah, I guess at this stage, at least, you should hopefully be making back a little bit of money. I wouldn't underestimate Spain, though, in this competition. They've been doing very nicely. Hello, Amish, buddy. Nice to see the rugby on. Yeah, that's pretty awesome to see. This is the full-time score for South Africa versus Great Britain. They have qualified, and now the big question is whether or not 5 points of Ireland with a points differential of +5 will be enough. Spain have just scored the opening try of the match. And thanks for the great commentary, Amish, as well. And he got me as well, says Amish Spencer there. And the chat. And I do appreciate being here, Russell, for this one. We are going to be back for Argentina versus USA. That is starting at only around 15 minutes time or so. Should be an absolutely awesome fixture. And then the game after that we are going to be covering, we've got about an hour's break. So whether or not you guys are still awake at the time of the next one, we will have to wait and see. But 4:05 a.m. is the next game that we are going to be covering, and 617 as well. Says Aiden there. 617. But if you put that all on it, please tell me you have not done it, Aiden. But I feel like for you knowing the odds now, that makes me think that maybe you have possibly tacked a cheeky dollar on them or so. But Kenya, at this stage, they are the underdogs. I would say almost heading into this game now with the way that it is sitting, because it's 7-0 to Spain in this match. I'm going to see whether or not we have got the odds for you guys. I cannot put any bets on, though, because my TAB balance is $0 because I am good at gambling, but also more, I only have it so